Well, hey folks, how's it all going? And oh man, got a new scroll saw, folks. Oh, I'm so excited. I tell you, yeah, you're saying, what? Hang on, you just, you've got other scroll saws, don't you? Well, folks, you've seen me do some stuff here with the Wen, and it's 110 bucks. And if you're looking for an entry level scroll saw, that does the trick. But there are some issues. We're going to do a comparison with the DeWalt. And I was holding out all hopes on the one I got on Facebook Marketplace, the Craftsman, but when the blade holder broke on the bottom, I spent over a week and couldn't find parts for it. Sears said they were sending me a blade holder. This is what they sent me for 12 bucks. And I don't even know if that's for a scroll saw. I kind of gave up on that. I'm going to use the stand though, because that's a nice stand. And I did build some risers for it. And that's gonna go over there. So I tell you what, let's get it out of the box. Let's show you what it cost, and then let's get her mounted to that stand. And by all means, let's give her a shot. All right, so there it is on Amazon. I bought just the bare unit, the 477. They have a package deal that includes a stand and the light for $583. Like I said, I'm going to use this stand, and that's my light. So you can see, comparison to the Wen, which I've got, and we're going to do a comparison eventually. There's quite a difference there in price, folks, over 400 bucks. So let's get it out of the box. All right, so there it is in the box. One of the most important things when it comes to unpacking it is when you lift it out of there, don't lift it where it says DeWalt by the arm. You want to lift it down low. So we'll get it out of there. All right, so there it is out of the box. It's not that heavy. The top is separate. This is all die-cast aluminum, I would imagine. Even the bracket here, not a whole lot of plastic on here, which is a good thing. And I tell you what, let's get that top out. All right, so there's the top. It's a heavy cast aluminum. There's a little bit of weight there to it. And what I really like is the throat for the blades. There's no round circular disc that pops out all the time or is a little uneven. That's going to make for nicer cuts. Now there is one thing, if I say a little disappointed, is this is not polished up. See, I used to own one of these, and I remember the last one had a little bit more polished up. So I'm going to actually take a random orbit sander with some some low grit, 60 grit, and see if I can polish this up a little bit better before I install it. Well, you get the idea of what we're doing here, and you can see in the middle here, we're starting to shine up real nice. It does show there are some high spots, and it's on the outside here. There was it was definitely the first place that wore down was right where this hole is. So that's a little high also. So we're just going to continue on. We got just some 60 grit, and we're going to get this all shined up, and then we're actually going to put a coat of wax on it before we go out and start mounting things. All right, all shined up into that 60 grit and then some 220, and she's a lot shinier now. And if you're wondering what I used for the shining up, I use gel gloss on everything, folks. All the grills that I cook on, it cuts through the grease and shines them up real nice, and this works really nice on this also. So getting this all polished up and ready to go on there is, in my opinion, it's worth the extra couple minutes. So I tell you what, let's start mounting that scroll saw on that stand. All right, got it mounted to the table, 3 bolts. Use some pretty heavy duty stuff, and then use lock nuts and washers underneath, and you can see there's one in the back there too. So that's not going anywhere. So the next thing is I'm going to re-put on the angle finder, put it on an angle, put the tabletop on there, and then there's 2 bolts that connect that to that. So we're getting close here, folks. All right, so from the underside, I don't know if you can see it, but there are 2 bolts that go up into the casting. Everything fit real nice. This is installation just about done here. Get the table nice and square, and we'll give you another look-see. All right, folks, there it is all assembled and together. I've already plumbed up the blade, tensioned it up, put a square on it, got it nice and parallel with the table. And then when I was done, I went and looked at the marker, and the marker was right on 0. So, perfect, right out of the box. This thing is pretty accurate. The change out the blades, it's just this screw right here. You got another one on the bottom, relatively easy to do, a lot easier than the other one. They don't come off. Tensioning the blade is right up here. So you just pull that and you can tension it to whatever you want. So, and then always loosen it up. There it is, running nice and quiet. It's got a good amount of air coming out of there. It's just a nice unit, folks. I know I was going to show something of cutting on it, but I tell you what, I'm just going to call it a day right here. All in all, I have used this before. I used to own one a couple years ago, and this thing cut really, really nice. It's going to be a lot better than the poor Win over there. You know, like I said, you know, that's $110 for entry-level scroll saw. If you want to do stuff, you know, and you just want to fart around with a little bit, that thing's going to work just fine. But when it starts to come to do some more intricate stuff, when it comes to changing out the blades and threading that blade through the hole of, let's say, a letter or something like this, which is going to be one of my first projects out of 1.5-inch thick oak, you know, that's where scroll saw like this is going to excel every time. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. It's got a little lengthy here. Tom Horseman at YouTube. Thumbs up, leave a comment, and you'll see more scroll sawing as time goes on.